You are not weak. You just think you are. And that belief is slowly destroying your potential every single day. Right now, there are people watching this who have already decided what they can and cannot do. Not based on reality, but based on past failures. One bad attempt. One embarrassing moment. One time when your body didn't respond the way you expected, and you turned that single moment into your identity. You told yourself, "This is just who I am." But let me tell you something most people will never say to you. That version of you is not permanent. That version of you is just untrained. Think about it. The first time you tried something difficult, you probably failed. Not because you were incapable, but because you had no experience, no technique, no strength built yet. But instead of seeing it as a starting point, you saw it as proof that you're not good enough. And that's where everything went wrong. Because failure is not a wall. It's information. It's feedback. It's your body telling you exactly what you need to improve. But most people don't listen. They quit. They walk away. They avoid trying again because protecting their ego feels easier than building real strength. Look around you. Every strong person you admire, every athlete, every fit body you see online, every person who makes things look effortless, they all started from zero. Weak grip, no endurance, no control. They struggled with the same things you struggle with right now. The difference is, they didn't attach their failure to their identity. They didn't say, "I can't do this." They said, "I can't do this yet." And that one word changes everything. Because yet means progress is coming. Yet means you're still in the process. Yet means you haven't given up. Your body is not fixed. It adapts. It changes based on what you do consistently. If you train your body, it gets stronger. If you avoid effort, it stays the same. It's that simple. But simple doesn't mean easy. Because consistency is where most people fail. Not in one workout. Not in one attempt. But in showing up again and again when nothing seems to be changing. That's the part nobody talks about. That silent phase where you're putting in effort but seeing no results. That's where people quit. But that's also where real transformation begins. Let's talk about strength. Real strength is not built in moments of success. It's built in moments of struggle. When your arms are shaking, when your grip is slipping, when your body feels heavy, when your mind is telling you to stop, that's where strength is created. Not when things are easy, but when things are hard and you choose to continue anyway. Every second you hold on, every rep you control, every time you push through discomfort, you are literally rebuilding yourself. And here's something you need to understand clearly. Your mind will always try to protect you from discomfort. It will tell you to stop. It will tell you it's too hard. It will remind you of your past failures. But your mind is not always right. It's just trying to keep you safe. Growth is not safe. Growth is uncomfortable. Growth feels like failure before it looks like success. And if you don't learn how to move through that discomfort, you will stay exactly where you are. Now, imagine this. Imagine you decide to train properly. Not perfectly, but consistently. You show up, even when you don't feel like it. You stop chasing quick results and start focusing on small improvements. Day by day, week by week. At first, nothing changes. You still struggle. You still fail. But you don't quit. And then slowly, something shifts. Your grip lasts longer. Your control improves. Your body feels slightly lighter. It's not dramatic. It's not instant. But it's real. And that's how progress works. Most people are addicted to fast results. They want transformation in days. They want visible changes immediately. But real strength doesn't work like that. It builds quietly, in the background, without attention, without recognition, until one day it shows up all at once, and everyone around you thinks it happened overnight. But you know the truth. You know the hours, the effort, the struggle, the consistency that built it. You don't need perfect conditions to start. You don't need expensive equipment. You don't need motivation. You need discipline. Because motivation comes and goes. Discipline stays. Discipline is what gets you up when you don't feel like it. Discipline is what keeps you going when progress is slow. Discipline is what turns effort into results. And without it, nothing changes. Let's be honest. The reason you're stuck is not because you're incapable. It's because you've been inconsistent. You start, then stop. You try, then quit. You wait for the perfect moment, and it never comes. And every time you restart, you go back to zero. That cycle has to end. Not tomorrow. Not next week, today. Because the longer you wait, the harder it becomes to start. You don't need to do everything at once. You just need to start small and stay consistent. One exercise, one habit, one step forward. That's it. Stop overcomplicating it. Stop looking for the perfect plan. The best plan is the one you actually follow. Progress doesn't come from knowing more. It comes from doing more. And yes, you will fail again. You will have bad days. You will feel like you're not improving. That's part of the process. But this time, don't let failure define you. Let it guide you, learn from it, adjust. Improve. Keep going. Because every failure brings you closer to success. If you don't quit, one day, something will happen. Something small, but powerful. You'll notice that what once felt impossible now feels possible. What once felt heavy now feels manageable. What once stopped you no longer does. And in that moment, you'll realize something important. You were never weak. You were just untrained. And that realization changes everything. Because now you understand that your limits are not fixed. They can be pushed, expanded, broken. You are capable of far more than you think, but only if you give yourself the chance to prove it. So, stop labeling yourself. Stop saying, I can't replace it with, I'm learning. Replace it with, I'm improving. Replace it with, I'm not there yet. Because that's the truth. You ray in progress. You're evolving. You're building something stronger than before. The next time you face something difficult, don't back away. Don't avoid it. Step into it. Try. Fail. Try again. Because that's how growth works. Not in comfort, but in challenge. Not in ease, but in effort. And remember this, you don't need to be perfect, you just need to be consistent. Because consistency, over time, creates results that look impossible to those who quit early. So start today. Not when you feel ready. Not when you feel confident. Start now, because confidence comes from action, not waiting. Strength comes from effort, not excuses. You are not weak, you're just untrained. And that can change, starting today.